Hi everyone. When a squared minus 3a plus 1 equals 0, we're going to find the value of this expression given. The first thing I want to do is rewrite this expression because we got to figure out what we need so we can use substitution. So if I rewrite this, I can rewrite this as 3 times a squared plus 1 divided by a squared. So I'm factoring out the 3. And then I can write plus 4. And then for the 4's, I'm going to write this as a cubed plus 1 divided by a cubed. And then the last one's going to be plus 1. So that's just going to be a to the power of 4 plus 1 divided by a to the power of 4. So that is just the same thing but rewritten. All right. So let's look and see what we have here. We have a squared minus 3a plus 1 equals 0. So if I divide both sides of the equation by a, so I divide everything by a, that's going to give me a minus 3 plus 1 divided by a equals 0. All right, which is the same as 1 plus a plus 1 divided by a equals 3. Right? So if you notice, the reason we did that is because this term here looks a lot like what we have here. And what we're going to do is use these special factoring formulas to help us out. So basically, this is what we have. We know this information here. So basically what we need is this, a squared plus 1 divided by a squared. So that's going to be a squared plus 1 divided by a squared is going to equal, we can use this formula right here. So that's going to equal a plus 1 divided by a, then you square it, minus 2ab. And that's just going to be 1. 2 times 1 times 1. So that gives you that. Well, we already know what this is. This is going to be 3. So this is going to be 3 squared minus 2, and this equals 7. All right, so that's what this equals. And I'm going to rewrite them down because it's going to take a lot of room. Now that's what we're going to do with all of these. Use our formulas and try to get something like this so we can substitute in our 3. So the next one we need is a cubed plus 1 divided by a cubed. So we want to write this as a plus 1 divided by a and then cubed, because we know this is 3, right? So using that formula, we're going to use this one right here. All right? So for this one, it's going to be minus 3 times AB. So A times 1 divided by A. I'm going to move this down, sorry. So it's minus 3. A times 1 divided by A. And then AB. So that's A plus 1 divided by A. So that's just that formula. All right. We're using this formula right there. Okay, I just want to make sure. So substituting that in, we're going to get 3 cubed minus, this is just 3. This is 3. So basically this is 27 minus 9, which equals 18. All right, and the last one was this a to the power of 4 plus 1 divided by a to the power of 4. All right, we're going to do just like we did on that first one we did, except for a, we're going to do a squared plus 1 divided by a squared squared minus 2ab. So that's just going to be 2 times 1 times 1. All right, so this is going to be a squared plus 1 divided by a. We got that to be 7, remember? So that's going to be 7 squared minus 2, which equals 47. All right, from there we just substitute. So, and I'm going to write this out again. We had this equals 3 times a squared plus 1 divided by a squared I'm sorry, I'm taking long here. I just move it down just a little bit. All right, so we have 3 times a squared plus 1 divided by a squared plus 4 times a cubed plus 1 divided by a cubed plus, and then we had a to the power of 4 plus 1 divided by a to the 4th power. All right, and all we do is substitute. So we're going to have 3, this was 7, plus 4, we got 18 for that, plus, and this we got is 47. And we multiply these, multiply those, and we're going to get the total is going to be 140. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.